All right, we're outside the Booth house. This is the big neighbor's yard next door. It's nice that you have all that space. Here is the vintage exterior of the property. It's old siding. It's got some fresh paint on it. Not a major issue. You do have nice spindle work like you're in Brownstone, Brooklyn, right there. Some nice detail. I'll take you around the back so you can see how big the yard is and where to put the garage if you wanted to. This big house next door is owned and has been in the process of a rehab from an agent. This is a pricey tree. Maybe that's why no one buys this. It's a $5,000 tree job someday. Someone has a van back here. That's where the garage would be. Not sure who would be parking. But all this space down below the steps is essentially where a garage would be. So that's kind of a big shadow from the house right next door. But you get a garage down there, come up the steps, and still have a decent sized yard. I'm gonna take you inside now. I'm gonna try and not be silly on this video and make a bunch of jokes for Amy because my wife hates it and Amy and I laugh too much. So anyway, this is gonna be dead serious. Very slippery on the inside. Alright. So there's a lot of vintage details. It's warm and toasty. These are fir floors in this room. Shined up nice. But it's not like the oak and walnut that you'll see in here. Let me reach out a little bit. So this is the living room slash dining room. Would have originally been the dining room, but they took the living room and turned it into an extra bedroom here in the front. So you have a huge master. Well, it's not a master. Does not have a closet. Does have a nice tile, decorative, or gas fireplace. Some newer windows in here, although there's nothing fancy about them. Remember, he had this for a tenant for like 10 years, so some of the finishes are original and some of the stuff was just to satisfy, I think, a long-term government-assisted tenant, and the neighborhood changed in the meantime. Small pantry here. Then you got a decent-sized kitchen with a back porch. Here's that little powder room bathroom. Would have been maybe the rest of the pantry originally. There's a new window in there. New windows in here. Back to this dining room. It's where the basement is. I guess, yeah, let's call this the dining room. That's the living room. That's the parlor around the corner. You have some old classic vintage textured wallpaper. This, I wish, was completely intact with glass doors, but it's not. Missing 2 drawers. Quick tour, let's go upstairs. This would be a fun house for a small family or a bunch of hippies or fun, artsy people, you name it. I really am surprised it's still on the market. Okay, top of the stairs, the bigger bedroom is in the front. Here's your master. Looking out on Booth Street with some nice other homes. Lots of parks nearby. So we're above where that decorative fireplace is downstairs. That does have a chimney going up inside the closet. Smaller bedroom, that's number 2. Smaller bedroom, that's number 3. It's a little bit of cracked plaster up there. Remember, there's also a bedroom downstairs, and then this will be bedroom number 4 up here, sort of above the back area. Looking out on the yard. A lot of big trees, as I mentioned. Got a little walkout porch here above the porch downstairs. Good place to have coffee or a cocktail. And then Just a functional bathroom. Nothing crazy fancy about it. There's an attic with a low ceiling, nothing too exciting. I'll take you to the basement real quick. See again, that yard next door between you and that house. It's their yard, but it's nice to have all that space. Amy has a house on Booth. This is a house on Booth, and as I remember, there's some graffiti down here that's very fun for people who love Booth Street. I hope it's not gone. Anyway, this is a poured concrete foundation. Pretty unique for this era. It's in good shape. You do have older posts though. You know, the floor upstairs has a little bit of curve to it. These are so old, you might have thought there were horses down here or something. And that door right there is what walks out to the backyard. It's one of those old exterior doors. Here's your electrical 100 amp service, seemingly to code and in good condition. You'd have your dryer right there, washing machine over there. It's dry down here. A lot of storage. So that's a relatively new water heater. And down here, a good furnace. It's a Rheem high efficiency. Could be a few years old, but looks like it's in good shape. So my report is that this is not a bad house at all. And other than some waviness to some floors and the lack of fancy updates, I don't know why it isn't sold. So put a deal together.